Hey, hi, hello, my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing? So happy Tuesday. Well, it's Tuesday for me, and it would be Tuesday for you when I upload this video. So how are you doing? Let me know down in the comment field what you're doing today, how your weekend was, what plans do you have for this week. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Mia. I am 43 years old and I live in Denmark with my husband and 4 cats. We used to have 5, but we had to put one of them to sleep back in December. And yeah, they're my children. We don't have kids, my husband and I will eventually make a video about why that is. So yeah, and if you're back, welcome back. I'm happy to see you as always. I really, really appreciate you all being here. So what we're doing here today is a Wip Chat. If you don't know what that is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And chat, that basically means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? So my work in progress today is this diamond painting. The name of this is Secret Garden. It is a artwork made by Josephine Wall, and the company behind this canvas kit is Diamond Art Club. I am doing this canvas for the event called JWall DP Along 2023. I think that is the name. I will put in the Facebook link in the description down below. And of course, everything I'm using will also be down there. So yeah, let's take a look at what I'm using. I use my Bella Art De Nicole trays. I have I don't know, is this a medium? I don't know. And then I use these little baby ones. Look at it. It's so adorable. There is a stopper and a lid to these trays, but actually I don't use them because I don't know if you can see it. The spout here has a tilt to it. So I rarely need my stopper. So that is the trays. Then I have a few different pens that I'm using. These two are from SesPlusBeauxATours, and in them, I don't know, what do I have in these? This one is with the regular wax that comes with the kits. In here I have super sticky for patty wax, and in this one I have a glue dot. In the multi-places, this one is empty because I only use this pens for ABs. But in these multi-placers, I have my own homemade scented putty. So yeah, this is a 5-placer, a metallic one that I got off of AliExpress, and this is a 4-placer that comes with one of the kits. In here I have a cat-eared metallic 1-placer, and this is just a regular one that comes with the pens. I am having all my drills in these fake Elizabeth Ward containers. I really like them and I have no issues at all. There will be a link for those down below as well, but I have bought them here in a shop in Denmark. So I'm not sure, if you all be able to buy them, but there are a million different shops out there. There's Amazon, AliExpress. I'm sure you can buy them so many places. I use these as well. These are the tweezers that came with this set. They are pink ombre and they are branded. It says Diamond Art Club. And I like them. Compared to other tweezers I have had, I am actually able to place more than one drills at a time with these. I can't do that with these no-name tweezers that came with an AliExpress kit. So I don't know what the difference is, except there's also a size difference. Anyway, so yeah. So I asked you how you're doing. And let's get started on me working on this. The first number is 434, and I have this upside down. So let's see if I can do this without ruining everything. My container is also upside down. That way it is easier for me to find the right symbols. I have some of them who is very similar, so I have to be careful when I'm doing this to make sure that I take the right symbol. So yeah, this is a brownish color, and so the funny thing is this kit actually has a ton of confetti, but in the top parts and right here I do have a lot of color blocking. And if you don't know what confetti and color blocking is, as you can see, I have a lot of places here where the symbols is the same. That is what we call color blocking. Then if you have an area where there is a lot of different symbols in a small area, that is confetti. That just means that you have to, change the colors in your tray a lot more. And yeah, I actually prefer confetti because I am still trying to learn how to multi-place. So you're gonna see me struggle today because I am practicing and I am getting better. I'm not perfect in any way. If you want to see perfect multi-placing, you don't want to watch me because I'm really, really horrible. But yeah, I am getting better. And I mean, right now I'm just using this 4-placer and a little the 5-placer that I have, but that is only when I have 5 drills to place at a time. Other than that, I'm scared. I want to try this 7-placer eventually, but I have to muster up the courage. I want to buy some of the multi-placer sets in metal that I have seen on AliExpress, where you get a variety of sizes just to have them if I want to try them. I am pretty sure it'll be like a zillion years before I dare try a multi-placer bigger than a 6-placer. No, I don't know. Maybe if I have them in the house, it'll be different. I don't know. What do I have down here? I have found out that it is a bad idea to have snacks when you're diamond painting, especially if it's crackers, because I always end up having little crumbs all over the place, which isn't good when you're diamond painting. It is way easier when you knit because you can just, shake it off. And that isn't really that easy when you have a sticky diamond painting kit. But yeah, it isn't really an issue for me, if I have to be honest with you. I mean, I don't hang most of my diamond paintings. I do ask, people that I know, I mean, if any of them want to have one of the finished canvases, because otherwise I'm just going to put them back in a box. And it isn't that I don't like the canvases that I'm doing. I love every single image. Otherwise, I wouldn't be purchasing it. I'm diamond painting for the sake of peace in my head. I mean, it is kind of mental health, I think. I went down with severe stress back in 2010. And I mean severe. I couldn't do anything. I had no idea how to get dressed in the morning. I mean, you could give me a pair of socks and I would look at them wondering what I would do with them. So yeah, and it went on. I still have stress. It is chronic stress by now, but it only flares when something unexpected is happening. Like we have an appointment or something, going to see friends, and I know what is going to happen more or less. I mean, more or less, sorry. I I am not I'm not the kind of person that I need to know what is going to happen every single second of the day. But if we have, made a deal that is, you're coming to our house and we're going to, I don't know what, grill, barbecue, I think you call it, or, having dinner together or something, and they then call and say, oh, by the way, I think we should meet at the beach, or maybe we should go to these friends together. And it isn't that I don't like the idea. I mean, give me a moment to readjust. But if we're, arriving at friends, or anybody really, and they're like, oh, we're going to do this instead, I can just feel how my heart is pounding, and that I'm not really able to readjust that fast. I think that is the better word to use. And I can really feel that in that situation, I just want to go home, which isn't it isn't very, it isn't optimal, or whatever you want to say. It is, but it is my stress that is talking in that second, and I really, really wish that I would be better, and I am getting better. I am. I'm not as, I don't know, stringent or whatever. I mean, I am able to change how I'm feeling, but with some things I don't think it'll ever change. For instance, if people are calling, people just stop by and knock on the door and say, hey, can we have coffee? And I can just feel my heart goes, no, 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 no. I mean, please call. I mean, you can call from the parking lot and say, hi, we just stopped by. Do you want to give us a cup of coffee? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, come in. I mean, wait, what happened here? There you go. Sorry. I mean, give me, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes so that I kind of know, okay, this is what's going to happen here. And I'll be okay. But don't kind of come to my door and like, hi, we're gonna have fun now. And I'm like, no, we aren't. I'm trying to see what's going on out there. I have the light. I have the window coming in from here, so sometimes I have a hard time seeing the symbols. It's easier for me when it's dark outside, and it is still in the middle of the afternoon. I'm not really sure what time it is. Maybe around 5:30. I didn't look at the time before I started filming. So, yeah, I don't know what time it is. And who cares? I'm talking to you guys, right? Oh, I've been wondering, and this is one of my crawling down the rabbit's hole or whatever you're gonna say. You can hear Pelle in the background. I've been wondering, I mean, we have a lot of this, it isn't Me Too, but gender, that we have to respect that, that we're different, and genders isn't just female and male. We have the everybody. So I'm almost like, is it okay for me to say you guys, or would it be more polite if I said you people? See, I'm going down a rabbit hole here. I've just noticed other creators doing the same, and I'm like, is that even polite anymore? I mean, or is it me overthinking? I don't know. Let me know in the comment field if it's just me being weird again. I mean, I am weird. I very well know that. It's just how weird should I be? And I mean, all my little quirks is what makes me me. But I don't want to make people sad or angry or anything if I can avoid it. So I would love to know what you think is, I don't know, correct or appropriate. See, words today is hard again. It isn't on purpose. I'm just always tired, and when I'm tired, my brain doesn't work. I don't know why I'm really tired. We didn't do a lot this weekend, did we? I mean, we were out in the garden, which means David were out in the garden, and I just kind of did a little. I collected some wooden chips around my monkey tree. I showed some pictures of it in my live this Sunday, and none of those who were there knew what the name of it was. So I have to ask Google, because I have no idea what the name of it is in English. Maybe I'll pop in a picture for you to see what I mean. Maybe at the end of this video, because I'm not very good at remembering where to put in pictures. So I will put in a picture of my tree at the end of this Wip Chat. And if you would take a look at it and tell me if you know the name of it, I would appreciate it a lot, because I really want to know how to name it to everybody. I love it so much. I had dreamed of one of those trees for, I don't know, 20 years by now, I think. Maybe even more, 22 years. Yeah, maybe since 2001, I think, is when I saw it the first time. And I just fell in love with it. It isn't, beautiful because of flowers or something like that. It's special. It kind of looks like a Christmas tree, but it isn't. It has these very pointy leaves, sort of. I mean, I don't know. Take a look at the picture at the end of this video. Where did that one go? Yeah, I'm wondering why come that sometimes the drills don't go to the canvas. I mean, I don't have issues with the glue on this one, which I'm very, very happy about. If you were here last month when I did my very first Diamond Art Club picture, you might remember that I had issues with the glue on the canvas, that the drills wouldn't really stick. I don't have any issues with the glue this time at all. I think these drills aren't the old ones, because they are all pretty consistent. I mean, I think they're all 13 faceted drills. So, I mean, they aren't the old ones. But especially the dark colors, there's a lot of trash. And I'm also very, very picky. I know that. But I don't know if you can see, most of the trash in this one is 310. And I know that is the color that is most prone to having trash drills. And like I said, I am very, very picky with my drills. So that might be that as well. I mean, if they have any extra bits I don't want to put them on the canvas because I have had issues with the drills not fitting snug. If I if I have any sorts of extra bits sitting on it. So yeah. And I guess I'm not the only one who's being very, very picky with the drills. I mean, I have seen other creators say the same. But, I mean, even though I had a lot of issues with the drills in Newton Niffler, I never ran out. So I'm not really that concerned with this one. I mean, it would also be a problem if I ran out, because this canvas was a gift. So I can't contact Diamond Art Club with the warranty, because this isn't, I mean, that warranty is only counting when you're the original purchaser and owner. Maybe I could just contact the one. I mean, this kit was given to me by Berta. So I mean, like, if I really would run out, I might be able to contact her. But I don't think that I will run out. I even had bags. Some of the colors, I had bags left over in Newton Niffler. So if I run out, I just look at the colors from there, so that I might use some of those. But yeah, I'm not worried at all. And I really, really do enjoy this diamond painting. I mean, right up here where I'm working right now, it is a little dark because it's the shadows of the painting. Hold on, I will find the picture and you can see it. So there you have it. I am working upside down, so I am up here. And as you can see, it is kind of dark. You have the trunks of the tree, and you have these, it's kind of like a doorway that she's standing in. So where am I right now? I'm right here at her hair. So yeah, I can't wait to get a little further down when I get all the greens and the reds of her dress, and that little, is that a top over her dress? I don't know. We have a little squirrel, we have a bird, we have some bunnies and a lot of butterflies. I can't wait to get further down. So what is that? Is that a little well or something? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I am really, really enjoying working on this one, and I'm very appreciative that Berta felt like I needed to be able to join this J-Wall event, because I didn't have a Josephine Wall canvas in my stash, and for some reason in Europe, the only place that you can buy Josephine Wall kits is from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and I'm not buying from them. I had so many issues with the kit that I bought from them a few years ago, and the company were basically saying maybe this is just a you issue, and I had a lot of issues with them getting the spare drills, because I ran out of so many colors. Because I mean, I don't know, even this is a lot of spare drills, but they're not spare drills, trashy drills. But that painting was 60 by 120 centimeters, or was it 125? I can't remember. But I ran out of, I don't know, 9 or 10 colors, maybe even more. And when I contacted them, I was like, okay, this has happened. And I sent them pictures of the drills so that they could see what the issues were. And they did say, yeah, I can see that. That isn't perfect drills. But then turned around and said, but we do provide 30% extra drills, so you should have enough. And I was like, do you see the amount of trashy drills here? I weighed the trash drills when I was done, and there were about 30 grams. And I mean, 1 gram is around 200 drills. So I'm like, that is a lot of drills. I mean, what would that be? That would be 200. That would be about 6,000 drills. I mean, that isn't a small amount of drills. Anyway, eventually I got the drills that I needed and I finished it. But I was just so unhappy with this entire process that I'm like, I'm never going to buy from them again. Never. So yeah. And I really do want to work on some Elizabeth Wood. No, not Elizabeth Wood. That is the containers. Sorry. Some Josephine Wall kits. But the issue is that even though there is a company in England, in Great Britain, that has Josephine Wall kits, they are not allowed to send them out to mainland Europe because of the copyright agreement, and that every Josephine Wall kit sold in mainland Europe has to be sold from Diamond Painting Deutschland. I am trying to figure out how to move around that, because one of my cousins live in Great Britain, so I might be able to, get it shipped to her, and then she ships it to me in Denmark. I have to ask about that. Also, because what I like about the Josephine Wall kits from, oh, what's the name of it? The one with the diamond art, is that they are in black and white. The canvas is black and white. And that is kind of like, darn it, what's the name of it? Mystery kit. Sorry, I just blanked for a second. It is kind of like if you have a mystery painting, even though it isn't. But that really fascinates me. And I would love to try that, just for the experience of it. So yeah, I might have to ask my cousin if that is something she could help me with. Of course, I'm gonna pay for the shipping to Denmark and everything, but I know it is still extra work for her to do, so I need to try it. I don't know. Maybe I have other friends in Great Britain that would be willing to help out. I don't know. And it isn't like I have to have one in a heartbeat, I do have a bunch of other canvases to work on. So yeah. And I just got 2 canvases today from Diamond Art Club. I got the Loki one because I love Loki. Well, I love Marvel altogether, but the first one that I wanted to get was Loki. That picture is amazing. And because of the price of it, I had to find something else. Otherwise, I would have to pay shipping to get it over here. And again, shipping is crazy. So it's easier for me to add on a canvas. And I did find a canvas that was smaller. Well, it isn't small, but it was cheap. I mean, it wasn't, what was it? $40 or something like that. It wasn't that bad at all. And it is the Tweety one. I don't know what the name of it is. But it was on my wish list and has been since I started purchasing from Diamond Art Club last summer. So I was like, ooh, this is on sale and I need to find something cheap to go with this low-key canvas so that I don't have to pay shipping. So yeah, these two came in today, and yeah, I have something to do for quite a while. It's okay. I sent some pictures to my friend Nina when I got them in, and she was like, oh, that one looks so good. And she asked me after how I choose which one to work on. And I was like, if you have events to attend, then you're like, okay, it's has to be a certain theme, or like this event, it has to be from a certain artist. So that makes it easier to choose, because usually you don't have 100 canvases from the same artist or in the same theme. I mean, the Mermaids and Magic event that was in March, I would have loved to find a mermaid, but I didn't. So for me, it was magic, and then it made sense for me to choose Harry Potter because I love Harry Potter. I guess if you've been here for a while, you know that. But yeah. But I don't know. Maybe later on, when I might choose not to attend that many events, it'll be harder to choose which one to pick first. I don't know. I mean, as it is right now, I love doing events, but maybe one day I'm just like, okay, I want to work on what I want to work on. And I mean, you don't have to join events. It is just something that I enjoy right now. I mean, when this Josephine Wall event is over, there will be Summer with the Masters. And I already know what picture to work on there because I have the amethyst from Naples Outpost. That is a Alphonse Mucha, and I unboxed that one, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago. So that is the one that I'll be doing for that event. I also have another Mucha, that is the Zodiac, that I unboxed a few weeks ago. And that one is beautiful and would also be perfect for Summer with the Masters. And who knows, maybe next summer, I don't know. There will be other events with old masters. I am pretty sure about that. And then if not, I can just choose to do it, in the summers anyway. I mean, I don't need to have an event to join or to do a certain canvas. It is just right now I enjoy it. And even if there would never be another summer with the masters, I might just make it a tradition that in the summers I work on an old master if I have one. I mean, right now I have two in my stash, and there might be another one on the way that I will show you later. So yeah, I might soon have 3 old masters in my stash. So yeah, but that'll still just be this year and the next 2 years. I mean, it isn't like that is a huge amount. And the great thing about old masters is that you can make custom pictures. And I do have a few pieces, masterpieces, that I would love to turn into a diamond painting at some point. I just need to find a company that I have enough respect for, and that I'm sure they will do a good job. I mean, it isn't every company that's perfect, if you can say it like that. I mean, I have heard and seen from other content creators that some companies are better than others. The canvas that I did last year for Summer with the Masters was from AliExpress, and I actually really liked that one. And it even had ABs. And that isn't a guarantee on old masters. So I don't know. I might consider contacting a seller from AliExpress also. And this is just me talking. It isn't as expensive on AliExpress. I do know that a lot of people are like, I want to choose companies that only do licensed artwork, and I absolutely understand that. And we all do what is making sense for us. But I have to admit, I don't have $100 or more to buy an old master. But that is just me. I mean, maybe one day when I get to the point and I'm like, okay, I don't need to purchase a lot of kits anymore, so I can put all that money into getting a custom from a company that is only doing copyrighted licensed canvases. Then it might be possible. But at the same time, and this is also an issue with me living where I live, there are a lot of companies that I can't choose because of the VAT. I mean, it isn't every company that is paying VAT up front, some taxes, and if they aren't paid up front, then I am getting a fee on top of that VAT. And I don't mind paying that. Absolutely, I don't mind that. That is, in Denmark, the VAT is 25%. And I know for some that is a lot of money, but for us over here, that is normal. We don't really think about it. It is just what it is. But if I then get presented with an extra bill of, what is it right now? That is $25 right now. And I have to pay that on top of the VAT. Then I might, get a little grumpy because that is a lot of money. 25% on top of that original price. And I'm like, yeah, that is not worth it, you know? Then it is a lot easier to purchase from other companies that I know make sure that they pay the VAT up front. And I know that that is what AliExpress do. I don't have issues with them not paying it up front. And then we are all allowed to think what we want to think. I mean, I am very aware that some people think that AliExpress is ripping artists off, and I know that. And since I was made aware of this whole licensing and stolen artwork, I haven't purchased kits that that I know is stolen. And I mean, even before that, I didn't really do that. Most of the canvases that I bought weren't from known artists. I did buy one that I know was a stolen picture, and I'm kind of sorry about that, but I didn't know it at the time. I had no idea. And I do see a lot of images on AliExpress that I know today is stolen, and I wouldn't never consider buying them. Never. Because I don't want to rip off the artist. I mean, that is what makes them earn a living, that they make money off of their paintings. So, and I'm trying to tell people that I know, there are so many possibilities, and they do have a lot of pictures on AliExpress that isn't stolen. I mean, and I don't know, maybe if some of them really are stolen, but there is a lot of nature pictures, and there is also a lot of old masters there. But yeah, I know it's a gray area, but I also know that not everybody has the means to buy from these companies that only sell licensed kits. I know that. I was one of them for the longest time. And I'm fortunate that the situation changed so that I now am able to buy from Diamond Art Club and Enablers Outpost and stuff like that. That is very fortunate, and I'm very grateful that I am able to do so. But yeah, I'm never gonna smack people in the head and say you have to. That isn't me. And I do have a lot of friends who are on a fixed income and on, like me, is on disability, but doesn't have the financial freedom that I have because I'm married, and that my husband he's making a good salary, which also makes life easier for me. Not everybody is that lucky, and I am very aware of that. And then also, it isn't just about what you earn. It is also about, do you have loans that you need to pay? Did you make some bad choices when you were younger? Did you have a spouse or significant others that somehow cheated you from money, That makes you, I don't know, a bad payer, I don't know what it's called in English. But here, if you have some loans that you don't pay at the allotted time, you get added into a system, and you are not able to buy anything really. And you have to pay this and this much every month. Otherwise, they will just take it from your income. So it's easier to make a deal with them and then say, okay, I have this and this income every month. Can we make a deal so that I pay a certain amount of this, but I still have money to live? So yeah, there we had it again. Me going down a tangent. I'm so sorry, but it is something that means a lot to me because I know what it's like to have no money at all. I mean, for 5 years, I had no income at all because I was married. I am married. But, the system was like, yeah, you're married and your husband is earning a good living, so he has to provide for you. Even though that I was sick and had no means of going out and get a job myself, and I needed to figure out what needed to happen with me later on in life. And that took, I don't know, a long, long time, about these 5 years. And then they put me on disabilities. But all that time, I didn't get any money at all. So this is something that is very dear to my heart because I know what it's like. And I also know what it does to a relationship when one person is, and this isn't supposed to be misunderstood, but when one person has all the power in the relationship. David didn't have any power over me, okay? That isn't what I'm saying. But he was the one who had to make sure that we could live, that we were able to stay in our house, and that we were able to have a car and buy food, essentially. And we needed to have that car because that was how he got to work. And that is how I got to my doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Because I drove a lot to different hospitals to get all sorts of stuff done. I had my heart, when I finally got my diagnosis in 2012, I had so many appointments. I needed to get my heart checked out, my kidneys, my urinary system was checked. Oh my God. I had so many appointments. I had to get all my birthmark checked out because I have a lot of them. And, there is a possibility that you could get cancer when your birthmarks is prominent. And I have a lot of very, very big birthmarks. So they really needed to make sure that everything was all right with them. So I was at the hospital in Odense. That is about 50 minutes away by car if the traffic is behaving, okay? I mean, if you get there not in the early morning, but around 10, the traffic is behaving. There isn't a lot of queue and anything, but that often meant that I was stuck in traffic in the afternoon, because when I was over there, I was like, okay, I need to go to I needed to go to an IKEA because often we would buy some of their food because we liked it, and we would probably, we needed to buy some furniture or whatever. Did I just see some fives and now they're gone again? Is that fives? No. Is that S's? Where is the S? Yes. That might be S's, but are there only 2? Maybe. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, we needed to have a car in order for me to be checked out, which often meant that I had to drive David to the company where the company that he worked for. They were about, I don't know, 40 minutes away. And if I needed the car during the week, I had to drive him down there, which then again meant that I have to get up way early in the morning to drive him down there. And then I had to go home and sleep because getting up that early wasn't very good for me. Do I have any more of this symbol? Toot. So yeah, I'm happy that that time is done with, because it was so hard, both emotionally and financially and everything. I remember David and I having an appointment with the city. I don't know what to call them. We have a place where if you're sick or out of a job or something like that you need to go, and they kind of assess if you're fit for getting the money, or how to make sure that you're sick enough for disability. Maybe you know what I'm meaning, and please tell me what you call that. But we were at a meeting down there, and my caseworker she was kind and understanding, but she still had to do what the law told her to do. And I remember, we were sitting there, and David were like, at the end, if something isn't going to happen very, very soon, then I have to divorce my wife, because that is the only way to make sure that she's getting the help that she needs. And if I do that, I'll go down with stress myself, because that is the last thing that I want to do. I don't want to leave my wife, but then I'll get depressed or stressed or whatever, and then you'll have not just one person to take care of, but 2. And she was like, I get it, and I am really, really working on this, but there is only that much that I can do. There is the rules and everything. And I remember saying to her, the rules is as the rules is. I am a social worker myself. I have that. I'm an educated social worker. So I know the rules, and I know they have to be followed. But what I told her is, one thing is the rules, but the fact that I've been neglected for more than 3 years, that isn't on the rules. That is on the caseworkers that I used to have. So that I have been out of any money for about 3.5 years by now makes this a very, very hard situation for us. So yeah, she was an amazing caseworker, and she did everything she could, and it did end up with me getting my disability. But to get to that point, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, not even my worst enemy, because darn it, that was hard. Even now, thinking about it years later, I sometimes, cry, because it was so draining. And I still remember, the relief I felt when I went out from that meeting and they told me that we're gonna grant you disability. And I was kind of brave, keeping myself together in that meeting. But the minute that I closed the door behind us, I just broke down crying, because it was such a relief. And I just remember that my caseworker just hugged me. And she kind of told me, it is over, it is over. You don't have to do this anymore. You can just take care of yourself and your husband and live. And I'm just getting wet eyes as I'm talking about this right now. It is emotional still, even though it's been 8 years. So yeah, that was a horrible time in our lives. Really, it isn't just my life, but David's as well. Sorry. Yeah, but I am grateful that is over, you know. But it took 5.5 years, and I know that even though that was a long time for me, there are people stuck in that system. Luckily, they are all getting money, but that system that we have in Denmark, they I don't know. It seems to me sometimes that they are calculating on how to not make people suffer, but how to save money. Because the law is saying that after a certain amount of time, you can't be on this what's the word I'm gonna use, system or something like that. That after sometimes they need to figure out, because the money you get, the system you're in, is only to be temporary. And temporary isn't years and years and years. I mean, I have talked to people who's been in that system for 20 plus years. And even though they are sick and disabled and I don't know what, they are trapped in that system, because if they would have to grant them disability, it would be a different box, a different money system that would have to pay. And the first one that is only supposed to be temporary, that is the state paying. Whereas if you were granted disability, it would be the city paying, at least some of it, if I'm remembering everything correct. That is also what I have been seeing in the news, because there are articles every now and then, you know, where people are, you know, stepping into the newspapers or on TV and stuff like that and talking about how they're treated, and it is a huge thing every time, you know. So yeah, and then all the politicians come out and go like, this isn't right and we need to change this and blah blah blah, and then after a week all is forgotten and nothing happens. So it's, you know, I always say to David, these are empty promises, because the second that this is out of the newspapers and TV, they are just going to forget all about it. And it happens every time. They might take interest in, you know, one case, and they try to, you know, make that one go away by giving that person what they need. But at the same time, they're forgetting everybody else in the same situation. So, yeah. It isn't optimal, and I often wish that I was able to work still, because it would be something that would be my line of work. This would be something that would be very, very important to me, to help other people, you know, because I know what it's like. So yeah, I have been yapping for almost an hour now. I just wanted to say, if you were in my live this Sunday, you might remember me talking about a young girl went missing on Saturday, that she was found Sunday afternoon, and that all the police were going to say that she was found and that she was conscious when they found her. And I remember telling you that something wasn't very good since they just said that. And David and I talked about it, that I was very sure that she's been molested and sexually abused. And yesterday he went in front of the judge, and he was accused of, taking her, but also sexual abuse. And I was like, I'm not even surprised, but how horrible for that girl. She's 13 years old. 13. And she was molested. I'm like, why? And the thing is, I don't know who this man is. I don't know his name. I know that a lot of people have shared his picture and his address, and my God, this is what makes me angry, have threatened this man's family and friends, and all because they know him. And he is a monster. He absolutely is. And he deserves everything that comes his way. But we have a legal system, okay? This isn't like the old days where the people basically could do what they wanted with somebody. But I don't know who he is and what he does for a living. Well, I do know that one because the police shared that one. But, I don't know what he looks like, and I don't know his family and everything. But this guy has a great job. He is in marketing or something like that. And David and I was like, why? What happened to this guy? I mean, if he had any issues with, being into kids or something like that, he wouldn't have waited until he was 32. He would have been out there even before that. So I'm like, is he, mentally impaired or something? And, even though you have a good job, you might still be, I don't know. And I'm not trying to make excuses, but if he really was, having some sort of autism, the sentence that he would be able to get, in my eyes, and this is purely my eyes, would be harder than if he was healthy, or whatever you say. If he's just a regular person, he would be sentenced to, I don't know I don't know how long time in Denmark, but if you were sentenced to a medical facility for people who have issues, mental issues, that would basically mean that he could be locked up forever until that facility that he would end up in feel like he is safe to return out into society. So that would be, I don't know, 5 years, 10 years. We have people in Denmark who has been in one of those facilities for 20 years. And in Denmark, the highest sentence you can get is 16 if you go to a regular jail. We don't have death sentences in Denmark. And, the death sentences that we hear about in the US and other countries is highly debatable in Denmark. And I'm like, each country does as they see fit, but I'm not a fan of death sentences. And I'm not going to judge other countries who does this. This isn't for me anyway. So yeah. But by that, I'm gonna end this Wip Chat. I know this wasn't the happy ending or whatever I would love it to be, but this is really what was on my mind for today. And I went down a tangent, and I don't know. This is basically who I am. So if you're new here and I haven't scared you away, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I would really, really love it. I am trying to get to 350 subscribers because then I have a surprise for you people. So help me out. Let me get to 350 by sharing my channel or my content with people you think might be, who'd take something from my content. If you know people who has been suffering from chronic disease or something like that, they might take something up from this channel, and I would love it if you would share my videos with other people. And there is a subscribe button just down below. Next to it, there is a bell. Ding that and choose all, and you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. I have Wip Chats like this one on Tuesdays. On Fridays, I have some sort of unboxings. Saturdays, I read a fairy tale from Hans Christian Andersen. He's a Danish fairy tale writer from way back. On Sundays, I have my lives, and they're usually a lot of fun. We aren't a lot of people, which means that everybody gets to say. We talk about diamond painting, other creative stuff. We talk about our lives. We talk about food and drinks and, everything and nothing. It is very, very relaxed and fun, and people who are there tends to say they like it very much. So yeah, please give my videos a thumbs up. It really, really does help. I don't know why or how, but they do. And please give me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing, what you worked on while listening to me rambling, and do you have any answers for the questions I asked about what things are called? Do you have any comments about what I talked about? I would love it if you would write them down below. And I think this is it. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye everybody. Take care. Love you.